Hey everybody, welcome back to the Gamer's Vault. I'm your host, James. It's good to see you guys. I know, it's been too long. The videos are getting, and I hate repeating myself, but they're getting so longer and longer in time frame. And I'm going to give you an explanation, but to be honest with you, I don't think it's right that I don't put enough videos, and I will make good on that in 2020, I promise you. But with the holidays upon us, I'm sure you guys know we're all busy. I'm busy at my job that I work with, because YouTube is not my full-time job. I wish it was, but it's not. And I'm busy with my personal life, it's holidays. We got to get everything together. So I thought about it. I was like, I need to get a video out because, yeah, you're busy, James, but you also have another job. You got to take care of your YouTube channel. You have so many people watching you. And I know I got a couple of new people that have watched me and commented a couple of my past videos. Those new people, again, I want to say thank you for giving my channel a shot and welcome. And those of you guys who have stuck around to watch my channel's videos, thank you. I appreciate it. So, as I was cleaning up all my stuff here and trying to get things organized a little bit better than what it is, I was, trying to get through the holidays. I was going through so much stuff, and I'm like, what do I do for the channel? I mean, what haven't I shown that I haven't shown yet? And as I'm looking through my stuff, I just kept thinking about it. The holidays are upon us, and it's Christmas for me, or closer to Christmas for us here in the States. A couple of days will be Christmas, and then after that will be New Year's. So I was just eating the lemon berries, and I was thinking about when I was growing up as a kid, because I grew up in the 80s. I was born in the 80s. So for me, it's not retro gaming. It just was gaming. That's what the gaming was. Yes, gaming took different shapes as I grew, got older, but that's what I had. And I remember one Christmas, it was snowing in Brooklyn. This is where I lived before, here, Brooklyn, New York. I live in Long Island, New York now. And I remember staying with my grandmother, because back then I stayed with my grandmother when I was a little younger. My parents were busy. My grandma took care of me and my brother for a while. And she asked us, she said, "What do you want for Christmas?" I said, "Well, don't worry, Grandma. I'm going to write a letter to Santa." I was 12 years old. And I'm going to write a letter to Santa. And she goes, "There is no Santa. I'm Santa. What do you want for Christmas?" Yes, yes. For the time, it was devastating. Nowadays, guys, do not judge, because your kids know who you are. They know that you do what you do. Okay? I'm not going to spoil it for them here in case they're watching. And for those kids, hi. Anyway, I said, I want a Game Boy. And I want Super Mario 6 golden coins. She said, okay. So years later, of course, when I was older, I told my father about it. I said, "Dad, I remember Grandma got me my first Game Boy, because I went to a convention and I found a box. Because when I was a kid, you throw the boxes out. You don't need the box. You had what you want out of it. Who cares, right?" Big mistake growing up as a kid. Big mistake. So my father goes, "Yeah, I remember. She drove me nuts. We went to Toys R Us to buy you a Game Boy because she had to get it for you for Christmas because that's what you wanted." And I want to say thank you to her for making that Christmas special, and also my father for going out in the snowstorm to get it, because it was a really bad snowstorm. So when I was looking at this later on, I'll talk about this in a second. When I was looking at that, I remember getting the box from a convention, and they only had the box in foam, and some of the manuals. I was like, I'll buy it. I think I spent, believe it or not, I spent $15 on this. $15. Take my money. I'm more than happy to give it up. And I did. And I put a Game Boy in it already, and I put the Tetris that came with it. It had a headphone jack and the connecting cable with it. So I have a complete inbox Game Boy with all the manuals and trimmings on it. And after I got a protective box for it, I put my grandmother's prayer. No, my grandma's no longer with us, guys. But I put her prayer card that you get from the funeral home. I put it in the box. So every time I look at the Game Boy, I'm not reminded that of her passing. I'm reminded of the time I got a Game Boy for Christmas. And it was special to me. So, with that story being underway and not trying to make everyone sad, let's talk about the reason why you clicked on this video. Today, on the Gamer's Vault, we're going to work with the GPI case. And with the GPI case from Retroflag, we're going to make our own Game Boy. But not just a Game Boy. We're going to mod it so it can be chargeable and portable, because we have to do something better. We have to do something for it. So yeah, we're going to mod our own Game Boy. Every single link that I've gotten for parts that I ordered went through Amazon. So I will put everything down below. The only thing that I didn't get recently, and I got it, I'm going to get it later, is from DNA Dimensions Designs. These guys have done things for me in the past for the RetroPie, and they're printing out little slits, because if you look at the GPI case, I'll show you in the video, you look at it, it says Retroflag. That's a no-go for me. It needs to say Game Boy. And yes, it'll say Nintendo's Game Boy, but you know what? It's nostalgia. Why not? And with RetroPie, it's going to be even better. So yeah, we're going to be doing that in the video. Also, as a slight bonus to you guys, we had a Secret Santa at work this Christmas, and I didn't know. I mean, I didn't get this person. They didn't have to get me anything, and I want to do a shout out to them. So I love coffee. I'm just letting you guys know, I love coffee. I know a lot of you people out there probably saying, no, how could you? Or, yeah, James, I like coffee too. Okay, cool. I love coffee. So my friend at work, her name is Hiba, as a surprise, she gave me a beautiful card for Christmas. I've helped her with computer stuff in the past, stuff like that. And she goes, this is for you because I thought about you. And I said, oh my God. So it's a changing mug from the Game Boy, and I am in love. So while editing this video, while modding our, hopefully not really modding our stuff, because I'm going to need to do some stuff to it, I'm going to drink some coffee out of my new Game Boy mug. So yeah, it's going to be great. Anyway, why am I still talking? Let's go. Alright guys, so, excuse me, I am doing all my video here. You may see some shaking. Excuse me, wow. You may see some shaking on the camera. I apologize, but the way the camera is situated, I want to be able to work on it and also show you guys what I'm doing. So this is what comes inside the GPI case, the Game Boy, which I'm going to open up in a minute. They give you actually some fittings as well as a screwdriver, a foldable screwdriver, which is pretty cool. That's going to be used for the Raspberry Pi Zero. So they also give you a charging cable, but don't get confused. This charging cable that they give you is used for like recycled batteries, like the rechargeable batteries. We're not going to worry about that right now because we got this right here. And that's what we're going to be installing in a little while. So let's take a look at what it looks like. Here is the Retroflag case. It looks really nice, really sleek. The dot matrix with stereo sound, which looks like similar to a regular Game Boy. The D-pad feels okay. Start and stop button feels a little better. And you got the BA, XY. Cool. On this side, you have the charging port and contrast. We'll take a look at that later. On this side, the volume button. Also, just to give you a little note, there are back buttons that they give you right and left that you can use. Yeah. Anyway, here's the main thing. So when you take this out, this is what it looks like on the inside. If I can get the camera to somehow show you. There you go. That's what it looks like on the inside, outside. And then you got this. Now, the beauty part about the Pi Zero, they give you a little sticker, all this good stuff. Cool, but Etsy has something that I have in mind for it that is gonna look gorgeous. You guys are gonna love it. It didn't come in, unfortunately. That's the reason why I'm not gonna wait. So I want to use this. I'm going to open it up so you guys can see it. It looks like it's already opened already, which is pretty cool. There you go. You sit your Pi here, and using counterpoint pressure, it actually just sits on top, and then you have screws to screw back in. That's the screws that they gave you here. So for now, I mean, as I said to you earlier, that's cool, but we're not going to do anything with it just yet. I'm trying to put this back, but being a pain. But yeah, so we're not gonna do nothing with this just yet. I'm gonna put it to the side for now, because I really don't need it. The main thing we're gonna do is unscrew our case. Oh, and here is the back of the Pi. Has a little door similar to the Game Boy, and then of course is your battery holders. So what are we going to do? Two things. One, well, we still have to keep the safe shutdown switch, so we're going to put that on. And then I'm going to remove and cut out all of this with a Dremel. So I'm going to get that done off camera, because if I do it on camera, all you're going to start seeing is the whole table shake. Dremel that I'm going to be using, I'm just going to pull it out so you guys can see it, is this. Not this tip, but this. You can control the speed. It's made by Dremel, and it's pretty cool. So I'm going to do that now, and then we're going to come back to the next part of a lot more modding and soldering, because we got to mod this case out in order to put a battery in its place. That's right, because if I did the regular mod itself, guys, all it's going to do is put a Raspberry Pi in there, and then you're pretty much done. Then you have to just put the image or whatever image you want to put in. But this battery right here is the battery. It's a PL125050, 3.7 volts, 4,000 milliamp hour battery. Now, I just want to show you guys, just so that way you guys can see the full battery. I gotta cut wires, unfortunately, for it. Carefully cut wires. Thank God I got a nice wire cutter that's not gonna hurt me, excuse me. I only bought this battery for like 12 bucks, I think. I think it was $12. It was cheap, let's put it that way. So that's how it goes, and you're supposed to be able to put it in here. But as you already know and can see, it's not going to sit right, not like that. So I'm going to have to take the case apart to do it. So, be right back. Alright guys, so it's not the prettiest job in the world, but there's no jagged edges in here. I flattened it down as best as I could, and the battery fits perfectly fine. So we're going to move on. As you can see, some stuff in here. Take this board out before you start grinding so you don't damage the board. That's the only piece of advice I can give you. I didn't damage the board, but I almost came close twice. So what are these two boards here? This is a micro USB to do the charging, and then this is a battery indicator board. So not only, it's a booster as well. It's a battery booster for 5 volt. So not only is it going to charge our battery, but it's going to show us indicator lights. So that's going to sit like this in here. That's how that's going to roll. There was a button here, but I used like small snips to snip out the button, so that way when I put the case on top of it, it wouldn't damage it. I don't know what the button's used for, I'm going to be completely honest with you, but since we didn't need it, I'm not too afraid of it, because we really didn't need it. So I'm going to run our wires back here. So the first thing we're going to do is get the wire here. Now, if you look behind here, there's ground, that's positive, negative out. So this is out to the battery, in from the charging. That's what we need to do. So give us a second here, we're going to set this up. Alright guys, so I fluxed this up because we need flux, and then we're going to tin every pad on this booster. Now, again, it's going to shake the camera. Fortunately, I got to get around, and I can't get around it while doing this. So we'll just put that to there, and then boom, onto the pad, boom. I love when it just sits right there like that. Just eats it up. This booster is important. As I said, we need to make sure that our battery is charging, and the only way to do that is applying this booster. And also giving power to the battery. That's so important too. Okay, that looks great. The next thing we need to do is get our wire. So how will we do this? You're probably asking. That's a good question. I'm guessing myself. Now, I have this gauge wire here, so I'm gonna cut us some with my, there we go. Cut my snips. That's good enough wire. I don't need a lot. This is not stranded. It is 22 gauge, but just not stranded wire. So I'm gonna cut it down and bring it across. This should be enough. It's a long enough wire. Not that long. Not that crazy because it's, you gotta remember what you're doing. So. Whoa. This wire cutter that I just got, I'm having too much fun with it, but it definitely does the job. I'll tell you that much, guys. So, what we're going to do, and I'm going to show you, we're going to start doing, putting wire across some of these pads. So, what you can do, underneath this is a small hole. Thank God for helping hands, because nobody that I know in my family is going to be like, sure, I'm going to help you by holding that in place. Nobody. They do. You got to keep her. Anyway. I guess I'm going to do it this way. Huh. Put too much flux. I mean, solder. I mean, I don't like the way that looks. I may get some more solder on there, but I wanted to at least show you. Yeah, I might get some more solder on that. But I wanted to at least show you. There you go. Boom. Now, the best thing about it is I have a long enough wire, so when I'm in the case, I can go ahead and decide which wire I need and cut down what I don't need. So give me a second. Let me go ahead and solder the rest of this up because it's going to be hard to do it on camera. And I'll go ahead and put this in the case, and then we'll see what we can do from there. Alright everybody, so I'm so sorry. Let's start with that first. I got into all my modding, and I did not turn the camera back on after I was doing the last segment, so forgive me. So I'm going to explain it the best way I can, and if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to explain. So, I had to rebuild the traces here. After taking out the battery holders. This is the positive side, that's the negative. They are outlined. So what I did was I built up some solder here in the middle and on the side, and I took a piece of wire and I just coated the wire around for this side and on this side. That's how I got those on there. That's a positive, negative, and it goes all the way to here, which is the power booster. This booster is connected to the top, which I'll explain in a minute. But the power booster goes here. I put a small little black sponge in the middle, so it has like a little foam in between. And that's how I get that to sit perfectly. It does light up. If I play with it a little bit there. See, it lights up. Right now it's about 75 charge. And you can see it through the back, which is fantastic, right? So that looks really good. And what I did was I had the other end of our power supply thing here, and I brought it up to the top and put it on the in section, which is right here. So when I plug it in, it interacts with this, which therefore charges the battery inside. So without further ado, I'm going to get my image, put it into the MicroSD card, and we're going to see this fire up. So I'll see you guys in 2 minutes. Also, just to add in there, I think I got my decals for this sent by DNA Designs. So I said in the beginning of the video I was waiting for them. They sent it early. It's been about a day since I did that video, so it's kind of funny. Either way, give me a few minutes and I will get us started. Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that video. Yes, it's been a couple of days since the first part of the video till now, And literally for us here in the States, it's Christmas Eve. So I was trying to get the video out as fast as I can, as quick as I can, to bring it to you guys. Here it is. It works perfectly fine. Unfortunately, uh, I played it a little too much, and battery is dead. Sorry. But it was fun. I will have to go back into it again. Just the time and effort I had to, excuse me, finish doing the wiring on it, and some of the wiring I did not like, and when it's too sloppy, I really can't allow it to be that way. So I will be going back in to change that. I did do something, and please, I hope Retroflag forgives me, but I don't like the decals, and it did come. So I got the decals right here. This is Nintendo Game Boy, and it gives the number to call for repairs. Do not call this number, guys, because Nintendo would be kind of upset. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Happy holidays to you and your family. I hope you guys are having a great Christmas and a great New Year. May the New Year give us more joy. I will see you guys next time in the vault. Take care.